Hey guys, it's Melissa here. I wanted to talk to you tonight about the importance of letting people know that you love them. I know this is kind of a strange topic, I guess, for me, but today is my brother's birthday. And so I felt like this was an important topic because my brother has been like the guy for me who's always been there in my life. As you know, I've talked about this before. My mom and dad separated when I was 3, and my dad and I have sort of had a complicated relationship that we've recently mended, and we're good now. But growing up, I didn't understand a lot of the things, and he thought that I hated him. I say that because he said that to me, but I don't know that he thought that. We didn't communicate. That's the main thing. We just didn't communicate. We knew we loved each other. We just didn't communicate. But my brother was the older brother, right? He's 4 years older than me, and he has always been there. He was so mean to my sister and I when we were growing up. We laugh about this now. He was the typical older brother who, honest to God, when we were born, people were like, "Oh, you have 2 sisters." And he's like, "Yeah, and all I wanted was one brother." And we laugh about that now. We think it's hilarious because, upon having the news that he had 2 sisters, his only words were, "All I wanted was one brother. Instead, I got 2 sisters." And growing up, he treated us that way, right? He tortured us. But it wasn't until he moved away to college. That's really when the turning point began, because when we were growing up and he was in high school, and it sort of started to turn when he was in high school too, I will say that, because I can remember my freshman year, we were getting ready to go into my freshman year of high school, and he was a senior, so he was 4 years older. So we never actually went to high school together, but we were going on the 9th grade high school tour, and he was a senior, and he was on, I think it was in the National Honor Society, and they were the ones who were doing the tour. And he arranged it so that he was taking the group of students I was in and that my sister was in, and we may not even have been in the same group, but he somehow managed to arrange it so that we were in his group, and he did that. You know how it is. It's like, okay, well, you can't, obviously he loved us if he arranged it so that he was the one giving us the tour, and he did. And all my friends were like, "Oh my gosh, your brother's so cute." And I was like, "Shut up, that's my brother. Stop talking about him like that." And they're like, "Oh, he's so cute." I'm like, "Shut up." I didn't want to hear that. But he took us kind of under his wing and showed us around the whole school and told us, what we needed to take and what was cool and what wasn't cool. And he's the reason I took German, because he said, "You have to take German. It's cooler than the other languages, and you get to do," and he named off all the things because he was in German. And my sister took Spanish and I took German. And it really kind of started from there. That kind of bonded us. And then, he graduated high school. He went away to college. And somehow in that transition for going away to college, he matured a little bit. And I guess I probably matured a little bit too. And we didn't hate each other anymore. So when he came back, he was like the cool brother. And so it being his birthday, one of the things I think sometimes that I take for granted is that he's really been a person who's been there for me in my life. Because when I first got divorced and I had my 2 young kids, I couldn't afford to live on my own, and I didn't know where I was going to go. And my mom, of course, was like, "You can move back in with me." And I really didn't want to move back in with my mom. And not any offense to her, but it was more like I'm an adult and I don't want to have to move back in with my parents kind of a thing. So my brother just bought his first house, and I think maybe he lived there a few months by himself, and he was like, "You can move in with me," because he had extra bedrooms. So I move in with my 2 little kids who are 2 years old into his house. We probably totally turned his world upside down, and he never complained, not once. And he and my son became like besties. They even had the shirt and the matching hats that was like little guy, big guy. They were just adorable. and they're still close today, and as my sons become a teenager, they've kind of grown a little bit apart, but they still, they bond over things, and it made me think of it today, because today is his birthday, and through the years, things have happened. He lost his job when we were still living with him, and I got back on my feet. I got my teaching degree, and I had been teaching for a while, and it was time for me to find a house, and so I found a house, and I had a bedroom built on in my house, and he came and lived with us while he was still looking for a job, and of course he has a job now and everything, but he's stayed with us, and we've kind of taken care of each other and taken each other under each other's wings, and it's been kind of nice just to have somebody there and for my kids. And it's funny because today was his birthday, and my kids are so cute because they're 17 now, and teenagers can sometimes be a little bit, I don't want to say conceited, that's not the word I'm looking for, but just a little bit focused on themselves and not necessarily other people. And that can happen sometimes. And not all teenagers are like that, but that's just sometimes a phase they go through. But today they made sure to make sure that his day was special. They bought him a card, and that's not really their thing, buying cards, but they bought him a card. They got him gift cards, and they bought him a Starbucks coffee, and I just thought that was so adorable. And it made him feel very special, trust me. But it also made me think that how often do we have people in our lives who are just there every day, and they do things for us all the time just because that's the nature of the people they are, or just that's the situation we have, and we don't appreciate them. We don't tell them we love them. We just kind of take it for granted. And it just made me think of that because, we've lived together now for so long, and he just takes care of certain things. I take care of certain things, but it's just become a nice arrangement because it's we help each other out, but you take it for granted, and you're yeah, I'll take care of you and you'll take care of me and we're going to do this, but it's unspoken. And you don't say oh, thank you, I love you, I appreciate you, but you do. And this sounds so dumb too, but today, all over the news was the death of Luke Perry. And I was definitely of the generation who watched Beverly Hills 90210. I watched that show religiously. I taped it in the days where you had to sit and program the VCR to program it at just the right time so that it would tape it. And if you accidentally put AM instead of PM, you were in a world of hurt because it didn't record. And there really weren't replays. It wasn't like today. And I watched that show religiously, and I was not a Dylan girl. I liked Brandon. I liked Jason Priestley. I like him a little nerdy, I'm not gonna lie. And I just watched that show all the time. That was a huge part of me growing up. That was my teenage years. I had the soundtrack to the show Beverly Hills 90210, and if anyone else had it out there, you know what songs were on it. It was Savin' Forever for You by Shanice, and I think I Love Your Smile maybe by her was on there, but there's Vanessa Williams, she had a song on there too. It's bringing back a lot of stuff. And I love that show. I live for it. I watched it every week. And he just passed away, had a stroke suddenly at 52, was it? But it makes you think, my brother's not 52, he's 46, but that's not that much younger. And you think anything could happen at any moment. Are you telling the people that are important in your life that you love them? And if you're not, why not? Because they need to hear that. I tell my children every evening and every morning, I love you. And they probably look at me half the time like, yeah, Mom, we get it. We know, whatever. But I'm not going to lay my head down on my pillow at night unless I tell them that, because I want them, of anything, I want them to know how much I deeply love them and appreciate them and thank God every single day for them, and that I was given the opportunity to be their mother. And I tell my own mother that when I leave her, I always hug her and kiss her. And my grandmother, it's the same way. You know, in our family, it's like in our family, we hug you and we tell you we love you before you go. It's just what we do. When I see my aunts, I don't see them for a while, and then I see them, we hug, we tell you I love you. It's what we do. And I love that because it's, you know, I can go months without seeing them, and I know how they feel about me, and they tell me. And there are a lot of families where that's not the case, where people don't say it, and it's just an unspoken thing. And you still know people love you by their actions, but it's nice to hear. And I don't know, I guess my message today was just to tell people, make sure that you tell people, I love you. Even if that wasn't a thing you did, start doing that, because people want to hear that. They need to hear that. And even if they're like, that's not our thing, we don't do that. Well, I guarantee you that it will make them feel better. And I would want people to, if anything happened to me, like if I walked out that door tomorrow and I didn't come home, I would want people to know how I felt about them. I would want everyone to know how I felt about them. My students, my children, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, my nieces and nephew, everyone. Like I would want them all to know that I adored them, because they do. And I would want all of you to know that I love you all and I'm so thankful for you and grateful. Even if I haven't spoken to you personally, know that I love you and I'm thankful for you and I pray for you every night. I do. I am so grateful for the tribe that I've met. And like I said, even if we've never personally spoken and you're just a listener who happened to find me and I don't know you, I don't care. I love you and I pray for you every night. Know that I do. And I think that we need to be better about that. We need to be better about telling people we love them when we do. And this is just a quick impromptu, because I'm going to be honest, we were going out to dinner and celebrating his birthday and he deserved that. So I really didn't have a podcast planned, and it just came to me as I needed to let everyone know that you need to let people know you love them, because that's the one thing I truly love about our family and that I appreciate about them, is that we always say that. And I always know how everyone feels about me, and I hope they know how I feel about them. So please start getting into the habit of letting people know that. Just, I love you, you know, it's 3 words. And our actions speak louder than words, but the words are nice to hear. So let people know that before it's too late. And again, I love all of you. I hope you have an awesome day. Don't forget that tonight I am going live on Facebook at 7 Central with card readings, so show up. If you watch it live, I will pick a few listeners or viewers, I should say. I'm used to this podcast. I will pick a few viewers to read a card for. And even if you can't be there live, you can watch the replay, and I still pick people from the replay. If you type replay or leave me some sort of message to know that you've watched it on the replay, I will pick some people for a card reading. Either you will get the message that night or the next day in your Facebook inbox, so don't forget to watch it. And sign up for my 5-day self-love challenge. It's still going on. If you sign up and you don't get an email, please contact me, because, oh my gosh, it's Mercury retrograde going on here, and technology is just acting up. It is acting up. I've had people sign up for my free morning and evening meditation on my website, and a couple of people it didn't work for, and it's worked all this time. It's worked. I have not done anything to it, and for them it didn't work, and I don't know what's going on. I don't want to tell a story that things are going to act up with Mercury in retrograde, but it does affect technology. We had zero internet at school today, and it was a mess. So please let me know, because I want to try to fix those things. You know that. I don't ever want to make you feel like, oh, her stuff didn't work. No, I always want to try to fix that. So if you sign up and it doesn't work, please let me know, because I will try to take care of it. I tried to do that with one of my other listeners. You can sign up on my website for a free morning and evening meditation if you just subscribe, and I do not bombard you with emails, I promise. It's just, you will get 5 emails, 1 a day with the self-love challenge, and that is it. If you sign up for the free morning and evening meditation on my website, you just get 1 email and it has the free morning and evening meditation, and that is it. I also have some new meditations, and I'm going to create some more this week. I'm just trying to figure out which meditations I want to do. I want to do what I think is going to be the most helpful and useful for you all. Right now I have a chakra cleansing meditation, and I have a tranquility garden meditation, which is sort of a variation of the meditation I do with my Reiki healing sessions. The chakra cleansing meditation is $11.11. It's $11.11. You purchase it. Once you add it to your cart and you pay, it'll take you to a link to the meditation, and you can have the meditation forever. And I would recommend doing it many times. The Tranquility Garden is $12.12. It's $12.12. You add it to your cart, and once you pay, it will send you a link, and that link will take you to the meditation. And again, you can listen to it multiple times, and I would definitely recommend that, because sometimes, the Tranquility Garden, you could listen to every night before you go to bed for a more restful sleep. It's just to de-stress. And so I'm trying to think of meditations that I think people want and would be helpful to them. So there will be more coming as well. Also, if you really liked the 5-day self-love challenge, it's just a taste of what a purposeful pilgrimage is like. It's my online course. It's ongoing. You can enroll at any time, and it's self-paced. It's 23 daily lessons. You do them at any time, and you have access to it forever. So anytime you want to go back and look at a lesson, or you want to repeat it, whatever, you have it anytime. And there are extra resources there too. You can book a Reiki session with me, a card reading, or you can also book a one-on-one coaching session with me. If you're not even sure what you need, but you need something, just message me. We can talk about it. We'll do whatever is best for you. I'm happy to work with you. I love working with you. It's my passion to help people heal. I've done a lot of healing myself, so I know exactly what you're going through. If you want something and you're just not really sure what you need, but you want to work with me, just contact me. You can email me at melissaoatman77@gmail.com. My email is also on my website. You can also text me. My phone number is on my website as well. Or you can message me on my Facebook page, Reiki with Melissa. I always have the link here in the podcast description. There's so many different ways you can work with me. So don't stay stuck. Don't not get help because you just feel like you can't afford it. There's something we can afford. There's something we can do. Just contact me. We can work it out. I just want everyone to be able to feel like they're healing and feel better. And I know this podcast hopefully is doing that for you. If you like it and it is healing you, please share it with others. I hope you will have a fabulous day. I love you all. I'm thankful for you. I am sending you massive love and light. I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.